So now we look at the digital marketing practices, channels, and framework. Looking at these companies over here, these are all internet-enabled companies, which means they don't have a brick and mortar store, but only websites and selling on the online platform. They are solely selling online. By solely selling online, if you see the valuation, most of these except one is in billions, which proves the profitability and the efficiency of running a business online to attract the customers, to serve them with the products, and to provide the information that is required by the customers, and to start and finish a transaction online. And any business can be, in the today's world, any business can be launched and executed online. So why do you think is the reason that so many companies are springing online? One of the primary reasons is that internet provides low barrier to entry for new businesses. Earlier, businesses have to have a physical store or a physical shop where they could actually sell the products. But now all they need is a domain name, or even not even a domain name, but just a store on an Amazon marketplace. So in addition to that, there are reduced advertising and distribution costs. The brand awareness has become very affordable via internet platforms, via facilitated via search engines, social media, mobile, as exposed to expensive television adverts where you have to pay thousands for each second and each minute. So as compared, internet provides low advertising costs. In addition to that, even the product fulfillment, as Gareth said, from those products can be even downloaded online, just like an ebook, just like an e-ticket. And for physical products, it can be couriered via any courier service, or it can be provided via electronic delivery. So with the changing technology, the consumer behavior has also changed. Now, when the consumer wants to buy something, he or she doesn't really visit the store, but the first point of reference is the reviews. Just like you and me, when we want to invest our money into buying something, we actually look at reviews first. So this is a review, an example review from a Galaxy, a consumer of a Galaxy phone, Samsung phone, and looking at the reviews, it would really positively influence the buying decision of any customer. So for the companies, these review platforms have become an additional window of opportunity where they can assure that existing customers publish positive reviews, which will actually influence new customers in buying their products.
I think that's really good. Just to add another example or a sort of dynamic to that, Vanni, I think I've got a 17-year-old son who maybe not now, actually recently, I don't go shopping with him anymore, but maybe when he was sort of 15 or 16, when I was shopping for clothes with him, when he allowed me to go rather than go with his friends, I experienced a new dynamic for me where he used to try trainers or I've got any clothes on and seemed to like them, and that's, you know, I was in the urge to get out of the shop. I remember saying to him, well, let's get those then, shall we? Just a second, I just need to, and he'd go to his phone. Yeah. And he'd take a picture or a video and he'd put it online on Snapchat or something, so his friends could give him the thumbs up as to whether they thought that top of those trainers were the right ones to buy or whatever. So there's sort of that was something new to me. It blew my mind when that was happening. Quite frustrating when you sat there waiting for these guys to sort of reply on a phone.
Yeah, this shows, yeah, as you hinted earlier, that it facilitates communication. So this shows that the power of communication, even that influences buying decision of a consumer, has become so powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. So next slide. So with new marketing practices, now we have cookies. With cookies, you would actually correlate with every website you visit now. You are given a pop-up to accept or reject the cookies that the website is using. So by using cookies, what websites do, they actually track the consumer journeys on the particular websites that they visit. So when you visit like Amazon, it will only show up those products that are related to your searches and that are related to your preferences. The data that is collected via these cookies, businesses use it to a huge extent to actually cater their content and personalize the content whenever a particular user is using their website. In addition to that, there are content curation websites like SlideShare, LinkedIn, Medium, which the businesses are hugely using for publishing their relevant information related to the products and serving this information to the consumers who are actually interested into those information and using it as a marketing tool. As you would be more aware than myself and Gareth, as he just said about his son's experience, you use social media, you use mobile phones for uh, for influencing and for actually making purchases from these businesses via these platforms. So when we visit this Facebook, we have multiple advertisements that are posted in our feeds. So those advertisements are actually influencing a purchase decision that we want to purchase from these different companies. In addition to that, the mobile apps that have been published by various businesses, and you are a huge millennials are a huge user of apps, and you are actually using companies are actually using push notifications that inform you of every offer that they are launching on a maybe daily basis or a weekly basis, and these provide huge opportunities for marketing for the businesses.
Just to add there, Vanni, if I may, just to sort of a sort of opinion piece from me. I think as much as the social media is a wonderful thing and has changed all our lives and you know is here to stay. Again, there are some often challenges with these things. So you know you can see by there's a Netflix program, a Netflix documentary about social media, isn't there? Which I forget what exactly the name is, but really interesting stuff. And it was talking about how, particularly in politics, on Facebook ads of the political ads in the States have influenced people, of course, to vote certain ways. But it was sort of essentially saying that because you're targeted, you only get a certain message. You don't get the opposing view. So for certain people, if they're getting the same message all the time, whether they believe it or not, whether they actually even think about it, it becomes their world. It becomes that's how things are, because President Trump or whoever is telling me that that's how things are, and I don't get the opposite view. So you know, I'm just highlighting for as marketers, there's a danger in some of these channels as much, and an awareness of how they can be not destructive potentially, but also, you know, they can be a negative force as well as a positive.
So you are actually making aware the millennials aware that they might be targeted not only positive way but in a negative way as well.
In a negative way as well, absolutely. Yeah. Again, if you're reading your media, is the personalization, isn't it? If you
personalization based on psychographics.
You read if you're experiencing and taking in broadcast media that's not personal to you, you can see other views, other opinions, other sort of you know, opportunities. Whereas if you're just having it personalized, fed to you,
that's a very good example. Marvelous. So the digital marketing spend has actually increased up to 129 billion that is 54% of marketing of total spend of total marketing budget. So that shows that in US alone, if the companies are spending 129 billion and the worldwide it's 333 billion, that is 50% of total marketing ad spend online. So this shows that there are huge opportunities for businesses, and they should, if they are not using the digital platforms to sell their products to the customers, then they should start using it. And by 2023, this marketing ad spend, digital marketing ad spend, is expected to increase to 60%. But who knows in the post-coronavirus world what will happen? But these are just earlier projections that were made in 2019. So as shown in this graphic, we see that the digital is the most popular channel where the companies are spending. So in US alone, as shown in the previous slide, it has been $129 million. Yeah. And then leading on to TV, followed by radio, newspaper, etc. So, but the digital is the main platform where the customers are. Therefore, the companies are spending mostly on digital to attract these customers. So what happens next then? Because there are so many digital marketing channels, therefore, the company who wants to sell online needs a very effective strategy in firstly to identify where their audiences are and then engage the audience effectively in order to buy their products. So let's have an overview of what the marketing channel consists. So digital marketing channels consists of paid media, that is Google Ads, owned media, that is company's own website, earned media, that is consumers sharing information on Twitter, Facebook, or review websites such as Yelp, Twitter, TripAdvisor, etc. And we looked at this example just before this slide in the customer reviews regarding Samsung Galaxy phone, which would influence new consumers in buying that product. By publishing all this information, where consumers and businesses all together can publish on the same platform what is happening in an average internet minute. Just to give you an example, in an average internet, within 60 seconds, 4 million YouTubes are viewed, 2,000 new comments on Reddit, and almost or even more, 500,000 tweets are published on Twitter. So this is a very good example that shows that more and more consumers and more businesses are publishing information online. If the businesses use this information in a right manner, in a data-driven decision-making manner, then they can actually reach these customers at the right time, at the right place, and at the right cost. Then they can actually increase their sales and make more revenue. So by digital marketing framework, what do we mean? These businesses who want to sell online, they should actually follow this framework in order to sell profitably. Firstly, they should have a website and they should implement digital marketing within the website, which is termed as inbound marketing. Secondly, in addition to the website, there are hundreds and thousands of websites that are outside of that website, but the businesses should use those popular websites that are relevant to that website, which is termed as outbound marketing. Thirdly, it is social media marketing, which includes platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Fourthly, it's mobile marketing by launching mobile apps, sending push notifications to the mobile app users. In addition to that, they should also make sure that the website renders properly on the mobile devices, which will make sure that if the consumer is viewing the website not on the desktop but on the mobile, it renders and functions properly. So just to give you a bit more idea of what these techniques are grouped under each of these main headers of this digital marketing framework. So inbound marketing consists of search engine optimization. Outbound marketing actually consists of website search adverts, display adverts, video ads, etc. on third-party websites like YouTube, Google, Bing, etc. Social media marketing, all the marketing that happens on social media channels, for instance, Twitter, Facebook, product review websites, etc. Mobile marketing is generally undertaken via mobile apps and push notifications, as well as making the website responsive and mobile friendly in order to make it function properly on mobile platforms. And in this module, we are going to look at all of these frameworks. So this is just a figure of what we have discussed in the previous slide. And now we are going to start a new video.